Good evening. Welcome to the ITV News in London. Tonight's main stories. Well, as you've just seen, Nazanin's local MP, Tulip Siddiq, was at that meeting with Boris Johnson today, and she joins me now from Westminster. Tulip Siddiq, thank you very much for joining me. What was your take on today's meeting? Were you buoyed by it? Was it encouraging at all? Is it? And how will it be different to what is already happening? Be pushing for it. What has the impact of that been on him? You know, one more question. You said a couple of weeks ago that if Boris Johnson, with the mistake he made then, has in fact harmed Nazanin's case, that you expect him to quit. Do you still feel that way? Huge project in the pipeline. Next tonight, the scale of the inquiry into the Grenfell Tower fire was made clear today as its chairman revealed the team has only just begun analysing the 200,000 documents it's received so far. The inquiry is... So, Rags, what are the inquiry team saying about the pace of their work?
Well, I've just spoken to them on the phone and they're not using the word delay. They say the date for the Easter preliminary report, legal terms, is when we'll get a firm timetable. But that...
Rags, thank you. Two men. Fears are growing tonight for the safety of a British explorer who's gone missing during an exhibition to the jungles of Papua New Guinea. Benedict Allen, who lives in West London, was dropped off several weeks ago but hasn't been heard of since. He knows the country well, having made several documentaries there. But as Ruth, for coming in to talk to me about this evening. Jason, let's start with you and let's talk about the campaign. You want people to kind of come forward and intervene. How effective can this kind of intervention be?
It's effective.
Isn't it, for people on train platforms? You think you might see someone who is in difficulty, but you're not quite sure. I mean, how do you approach them? What do you say?
Yeah.
Pain. You specifically offer training to your staff, don't you? And I guess take the numbers that we read out before, I think 270 in a year. A devastating impact on the individuals and their families, of course, but also rail staff too. We don't think about that often, do we?
So the train driver can do...
You offer trauma counselling as well, don't you?
We do offer trauma support training.
Oh, OK. Right.
So
now, as a former England manager, Roy Hodgson is no stranger to pressure, but there's no doubt there's a lot of it on his shoulders at Crystal Palace at the moment. His team are bottom of the Premier League with just one league win all season, and at the weekend face a crucial match against another struggling team, Everton. Finally tonight, he's long been an advocate for encouraging more people to get tested for HIV, and today Prince Harry continues. And that is all for now. We are back with the latest after ITV News at 10. Coming up, Mary Nightingale with the ITV Evening News, but from me and the rest of the London team, bye-bye.